So I've been meaning to do this video for quite a while. It's been kind of thrown around on my channel a little bit through a couple videos in the past that I've been planning on buying a Terminator Cobra, but I have not really gone in depth about it yet. I've commented on other people's channels about this particular thing, but I haven't really gone into detail about it because at that time it seemed like it was a long ways off, and it's much closer now than what it was back then. And I just wanted to give a general update on how that process is going of getting one, how close I am to getting one, and if there's been any obstacles that have gotten in the way, like delays or things that have happened in my life personally that may have railroaded this whole thing, and maybe it's not even going to happen. But I'm going to get into all of that. And I'm also going to do a channel update, because if you look through my playlist, there's all kinds of stuff on this channel. There's stuff when I had my Can-Am Renegade, stuff when I had both of my CBR sport bikes that I had, and some gaming stuff and some statue collecting stuff. There's kind of just things all over the place. So I want to do an overall update on what the channel is going to be going forward, what it means once I'm able to get a Cobra. Well, how much is that going to play as a part of the channel compared to everything else. And I'm just going to kind of reshape this channel and put it in the direction that I plan on taking it. So I'm going to go over all that stuff, and there'll be a clear path of what's going to happen with this channel when I'm done with it, and the prospect of getting a Cobra and when that's going to happen. So we're going to cover all that now, so stay tuned. This started back in 2018. I decided that I wanted to get another Mustang, and after narrowing it down, I decided that I wanted to get one that I always wanted. I always wanted a Terminator Cobra, and I figured this was the best time for me to get one. I only had two issues with this though. One was being that I just bought a Can-Am Renegade XXC, and that I just purchased my truck the year before. So between these two things, they both needed to go in order to free up money to get the Cobra. I ended up selling the four-wheeler and using that money as the payment that I would have been paying on that to put towards extra payment on my F-150. I started taking that money that I was paying on the ATV and putting that towards the principal on the F-150 to get it paid off sooner. I was looking at not being able to get the truck paid off until 2023, and that's not something that I wanted to wait that long for as far as getting a Cobra. So my goal was to get the truck paid off by 2021. I did all the math and figured out how much I needed to put down on the truck each paycheck and each month on the principal in order to get it paid off in that time frame. And so far I have stuck to that time frame of every month putting the extra money down, and even putting more down than what I had first figured out at that time. I had the mindset this entire time that I just needed the next couple of years to go by smooth. No big unexpected surprises with income as far as truck problems, house problems. I have a stable job. I didn't have to worry about getting laid off or anything like that. And fast forward from 2018 to this year, and everything was going great. I was putting money down every single paycheck extra on the truck to get it paid off early. And early March rolled around, and my well pump and my water tank both went at the same time. And that wasn't cheap. It was over $2,000 to replace both of those. So that was definitely a hit. It didn't really set things back though. It definitely hurt, but it didn't derail getting the Cobra by any means. And a lot of you are probably thinking, what about the whole COVID-19 situation? A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people aren't earning income like they were before. Fortunately for me, the job that I have, I'm considered essential staff. And on top of that, I'm getting hazard pay that I've been getting paid since the end of March. As of now, it's scheduled to end in mid-June. It may possibly get extended. I won't find out until a little bit later after I record this. So my situation is the opposite of what a lot of other people are facing right now. I feel bad for those that are going through unemployment, loss of income, and loss of jobs. But my situation, unfortunately for me isn't that. I was lucky to get in the field that I'm in. The way it stands right now, it's looking like March or April of 2021. The truck will be paid off, and that's when I'm going to start looking for the Terminator that I want to get. I've broken it down to 5 colors that I want, the mileage that I'm looking for, and other criteria. I'll get into that more once I get the car and I start doing videos on it. So, that's pretty much as it stands now. Everything's going pretty well, and I just pretty much have to get through this summer and through one more winter, and when next spring rolls around, everything should be good for getting the Cobra. It's just a matter of finding the one that I want that fits my criteria, and from that point on, it's going to be a lot of Cobra content on this channel, which brings me into the next topic of what is this channel actually about. There's a lot of different content on here. Like I said at the beginning, I have stuff from when I had my CBR, a lot of motovlogs, stuff when I had the Can-Am Renegade, statue collecting stuff, some things on my 94 Cobra, very few. And you may be wondering, you look at my profile picture, you look at the name of the channel, it's focused, you would assume, to be around cars, but there's everything but cars on here. Everything but Mustangs, everything but a Cobra. And that's because, as of right now, I'm just trying to float the channel. I want to get it monetized, not because I want to make money off YouTube. I mean, I do, but not to the extent of making it a career. It's more of a personal goal. I want to get the 4,000 watch hours, and I want to get the 1,000 subs as a personal goal. So the content that you see up there now, which if you look back over since like last winter, around December, November time frame up until now, you see a lot of the statue content. That's the newest stuff on the channel. And also there's a lot of gaming stuff on there too. And the statue stuff is just to keep the channel alive and floating. I didn't want a dead channel when I get the Cobra. I wanted some kind of life into the channel. So that statue stuff will continue as the channel moves forward. There is stuff that I have on order that I'll be doing more videos on. Once I do get a Cobra, the content for the channel is going to be split about 95 and 5. 95% of it's going to focus around the Cobra and doing content for that. 5% is going to be the other content that I have, such as the statue stuff, because I do have some things on order, and as I get those in, I'll be covering those on the channel as well, but mostly just to keep the channel going, to get views on it, and just to keep the channel alive. I don't want the channel to be floating in dead water. When I do get the Cobra, I want some life in it, and I do want the channel to succeed. I want to get 1,000 subs, and I want to get 4,000 watch hours so the channel is monetized. It's not because I want to make a career out of this. It's just a personal goal for me. It's something that I want to accomplish, to say that I did it. So that's why I have a little bit of mix of content. But once I do get the Cobra, it's going to be content all around that. And there'll be events that I go to, modifications that I do on it, car shows, all kinds of stuff like that I have planned in my head that, I just need the car, and then the content's going to flow after that. I do live in an area where I can do content on the Cobra during the winter time, probably from late October to probably late April to early May. The weather here can be very finicky. There's a lot of snow in the wintertime, so obviously I won't have content on the car, but I do plan on doing videos throughout the summer after I get it that I won't publish right away on the channel. I'll sprinkle those out throughout the wintertime, so there'll still be some content during the wintertime, but it'll also be mixed with other stuff too that I can cover, whether it's statue stuff or other things that come up at that time. Because I don't want the channel to die when the wintertime hits and the Cobra gets put away for the wintertime. I want it to keep going. The content may not be as much, but I still want it to be there and to keep flowing in the channel, to keep progressing and moving forward. I have a lot of stuff planned. I mean, it's just crazy, all the stuff that I have in my head that I want to do, but I'm just lacking the car. But I'm making good progress at getting the truck paid off, so it's just a matter of time. It seems like it's a long ways away when I keep saying spring of 2021, and here we are in June of 2020. But you would put it in perspective, this started back in June or July of 2018 when I started down this path. So the majority of this time waiting has already gone by. I just have to get through the summer and the winter time again, and then when spring rolls around, it's all going to happen, and I can't wait for that to happen. So I just wanted to give everyone a little bit more of a direct focus on what this channel is, the stuff I'm going to cover, and what's going to happen moving forward. And like I said, I'm going to cover more car events this summer. The whole COVID-19 thing really, threw a wrench into some of the stuff that I had planned. Some events have been canceled, but I'm still going to do events as I can, that I can still get to, and whatever content I can throw out there to keep it a automotive car focused channel with just a little bit of other stuff thrown in from time to time. So that's pretty much the update that I wanted to cover for the channel, where it's going, and the prospect on getting the Cobra. Alright, so that is the update on the channel and the update on getting the Cobra for next spring. I just wanted to get everyone up to speed on what was going on and what the channel is going to be focused around once I get the car. Like I said earlier in the video, primarily going to be Terminator Cobra content, a little bit of stuff sprinkled in during the slow times during the winter, but for the most part, all automotive, all car stuff, all Terminator Cobra stuff. So if you like the video, I appreciate you throwing it a like. If you want to come along for this journey with me, that would be awesome. It's going to be a lot of good content, a lot of stuff to see. I have a lot of things planned out, so I can't wait to get to it. And even though it seems like it's a little bit far away, it's really not that far. I've already come a long way as it is, waiting for this moment to finally get here. And every day gets closer. It's just a matter of time now. I appreciate it very much for watching. Thank you very much, and until next time.